You've probably been in a room full of people, listening to conversations, watching everyone laugh, and somehow feeling like you were standing just outside of it all. Not because anyone pushed you away, not because you didn't know how to talk, but because you've never felt the need to belong to everyone. Over time, that quiet difference can start to feel like a flaw. You see people with endless group chats, weekend plans, and dozens of friends. Meanwhile, your own circle stays small, and sooner or later, a question begins to follow you. Why don't I have more friends? For years, many of us have been taught that a bigger social circle means a happier life. More friends must mean you're more likable, more successful, more fulfilled. But psychology tells a more complicated story. The number of people in your life doesn't automatically reveal the quality of your relationships. And for some people, having a small circle isn't a sign of failure. It's simply a reflection of how they connect with the world. If that's true, then there are certain personality patterns that often appear in people who naturally keep their circle small. Not because these traits make someone better than everyone else, but because they're easy to misunderstand. The first trait is this: you value depth more than popularity. Some people enjoy knowing hundreds of people. Others would rather truly know 5. You're less interested in collecting acquaintances than building trust. Small talk drains you. Real conversations energize you. You'd rather spend an evening talking honestly with one person than trying to impress a room full of strangers. And because deep relationships take time, your circle naturally stays small. The second trait, you're selective about trust. You don't open every door just because someone knocks. You pay attention to consistency, to character, to actions. Trust, for you, isn't built in a day. It grows slowly. Some people mistake that caution for distance, but there's a difference between pushing people away and choosing carefully who you let close. The third trait, you know the difference between being alone and being lonely. Those two things sound similar, but psychologically they're very different. Loneliness is wanting connection and not having it. Solitude is choosing time alone because it helps you think, recover, or simply breathe. Some of your best ideas don't arrive in noisy rooms. They arrive during a quiet walk, a late-night journal entry, a book that changes how you see the world, or a peaceful moment when no one else is asking for your attention. The fourth trait, you think for yourself. You don't always follow the crowd just because it's easier. You don't feel the need to agree with everyone to feel accepted. Sometimes that means you don't fit neatly into every group. But it also means your opinions are often shaped by reflection instead of pressure. Being independent can feel lonely at times, but it also gives you the freedom to live according to your own values. And finally, the fifth trait, you protect your peace. As you've grown older, you've realized that your time and emotional energy are limited. Not every invitation deserves a yes. Not every argument deserves your attention. Not every relationship deserves a permanent place in your life. So you become more intentional, not because you've stopped caring about people, but because you've started caring about your well-being. But here's something important. Having very few friends doesn't automatically mean these 5 traits describe you. And having many friends doesn't mean they don't. Human personalities are far more complex than any list can capture. The purpose of psychology isn't to place people into neat categories. It's to help us better understand ourselves. So maybe it's time to stop asking, why don't I have more friends? Instead, ask yourself, do the people in my life make me feel seen, supported, and understood? Because the value of your relationships isn't measured by how many names appear in your contacts. It's measured by how many people would still be there when life becomes difficult. A crowded room can still feel lonely, and one genuine friendship can make the world feel like home. Maybe your life was never missing more people. Maybe it was simply waiting for deeper connections. Until next time, keep unfolding.